of solar panels, for example, and that's largely as a consequence of economies of scale and is developing new technology and new ways of manufacturing them at scale. So now I think it's pretty much robustly established that generating electricity from photovoltaics is the cheapest form of electricity that we've ever been able to do. It's much, much cheaper than any fossil fuel, and that includes cheap coal. The problem
has stopped it. Chip technology, new future. Russia, Croatia, many countries in Europe. Cheap technology, very cheap information, cheap computers, cheap everything, very cheap technology, very cheap. The future is cheaper, more cheaper mobile phone, more cheap. It can't be too expensive. We can't buy this. We can't buy that. You're making it too strong for us. We can't do this. The machine, the thing is too strong. You're saying it costs too much. Sorry, but if you're fossil fuel and all this, we can do head cheap, but it has to be very precise. The cheapness can't be like, electric car is 75,000. No. You can't buy a car for 75,000. Fuck off, Russia, China, Ukraine, whoever it is, Pakistan. Cheap. We need cheap technology, cheap gadgets, cheap everything, cheap cars, cheap rockets, cheap aerospace. We can't pay for everything. Unite. Make it cheaper. Because I love you.
that we've got with carbon capture or gas.
Consider the cost of carbon capture and storage against the full cost, for example, of generating electricity through a system, it does actually start to match up on a cost competitive basis. And as more facilities come on stream and as we continue to see greater scale of operations, that cost will come down. I think the most expensive thing is not to do anything at all. And so what we're really trying to do is say, okay, how can we continue to operate this technology at scale and see those costs per unit come down? And you're right in one sense that it has been a costly exercise to get to where we are. But I think as we look into the longer term and as we start to see the importance of carbon capture and storage as part of the overall emissions reduction equation, while we want to continue to still be able to have all of the things that we take for granted, whether it be access to fuel, large-scale industrial processes, steel manufacturing, fertiliser production, all of these things that rely very heavily on generating carbon, I think we'll find that the cost competitiveness of these solutions is one that makes it very compelling.
Basically, an oil company or a gas company, if they did not have to put the CO2 underground, they would not. So the only way logically that these projects would take off would be if there was a price on carbon. And we know within Australia, carbon pricing has been a rather toxic debate politically. But the IEA, for example, would expect that the imputed price of carbon would go from around about $30 or $40 a ton.
Okay, you gotta remember the waste, the uranium and other metal things that needs to be wasted, like uranium, whatever it is, it needs to go somewhere. We can't just have make a hole in the ground and just dig it and leave it there. No. Someone else needs to take it, convert this waste, this green waste that is yucky, uranium and the chemicals and the other metals, yucky. Someone needs to convert it into electricity or something. We can't make a bridge over the water, right? It takes a long time to produce things like cars, suits, electricity, water, everything. Future opinion. I love you, sexy place.
Which it is trading at on a worldwide basis and time in the world. That is not the way of carbon capture and storage. Every single one is different. Every capture is different. Every compression is different. And every single reservoir is different. So it is not conducive to the scale economies that you get with solar panels or wind farms or batteries. But the biggest danger, I repeat again, is that too often it allows people to overpromise and then underdeliver. And we need to stay below 1.5. And to do that requires immediate action, not action put off in the land of hope and dreams.
Okay, science and technology, the future of Earth. Stop complaining, stop making us pay these. Why are we dying? Kill the virus, please.
Greg Ball. You're listening to ABC News Radio.
A report will be prepared for the coroner after a fatal shark attack near Coffs Harbour on the New South Wales mid-north coast. Emergency crews were called to Emerald Beach at around 11 a.m. after a surfer in his 30s was attacked. Police say he had critical injuries to his arm and back and died at the scene. Surfer Aaron Armstrong says Emerald Beach is a very popular beach.
Probably 90% of locals were out there today surfing, enjoying Father's Day, and to change the fabric a little bit for a little while in EB, that's for sure. We've never had an incident here that I've heard of, so this would be the first shark attack that we know of.
New South Wales Police continue to investigate the disappearance of a 3-year-old boy in the state's Hunter Valley. AJ Elfanak, who is autistic and non-verbal, was last seen on his family's remote property near Putty, south of Singleton, on Friday. Officers have been told there was a suspicious white Toyota Hilux on a private road just before he disappeared. Family friend Alan Hashan says people on social media need to keep their comments to themselves.
This isn't trial by social media. The detectives here are doing their job, and I urge every single person to please stop the commentary about something being more suspicious. Let police do their job.
40% of people eligible to be vaccinated for COVID-19 in New South Wales have now received 2 doses. It comes as the state records 1,485 new infections, most of them in Sydney's west and southwest. Another 3 people with the virus have died, bringing the number of deaths since the Delta outbreak began to 126. Dr. Jeremy McAnulty from New South Wales Health says more than 1,000 people are being treated for COVID in hospital.
There are currently 1,030 people admitted to hospital, with 175 in intensive care, 72 of whom require ventilation.
The ACT has recorded 15 new locally acquired cases of COVID. 13 of the new cases are linked to identified close contacts or exposure sites. 6 were in quarantine for their entire infectious period, while 7 spent part of their infectious period in the community. 2 remain under early investigation. 9 people are in hospital with the virus, including 1 person who's in intensive care requiring ventilation. An interstate truck driver based in Wodonga in Victoria's northeast is one of the 183 locally acquired cases reported in Victoria today. The majority of the new infections have been detected in Melbourne's northern and western suburbs, and 91% of the cases are aged under 50. There are 89 people with COVID in Victorian hospitals, including 24 patients in intensive care. Just 1 person in hospital is fully vaccinated. COVID-19 Commander Jerome Weimar says contact tracing is underway to identify close contacts of the new cases.
One of the cases last night is a truck driver who lives in Wodonga, where he has a number of interstate exposure sites, but none in Victoria. And as soon as he became symptomatic, he immediately got tested and isolated at home. My thanks to him for doing that so swiftly.
Queensland's Chief Health Officer Dr Jeanette Young says they're finding it difficult to track people who are at a close contact venue visited by an infected Logan truck driver on Monday morning. She says not enough shoppers at a Beenleigh Marketplace shopping centre used the check-in app.
We're still struggling to find the people who are there. We've got assistance from the centre. We've been looking at CCTV footage to identify people and find people.
The federal government frontbencher has described the Queensland Premier's comments on young children and borders as despicable. Earlier in the week, Anastasia Palaszczuk suggested reopening borders could mean unvaccinated children under the age of 12 were left vulnerable, while children aged 12 to 15 will be part of the rollout soon. Those younger than that are yet to be vaccinated anywhere in the world. Government frontbencher Michael Sukkar has told Sky News the comments were ill-informed and akin to scaremongering.
From the outside looking in, they seem to be designed to put fear into parents, which I think is a pretty despicable thing to do at the moment. There's a lot of fear. And there's nothing that is going to make you more fearful as a parent, not even your own health, but the health of your children.
A man once known as America's television's most famous weather presenter has died. The US Today show's Willard Scott was 87. Although lacking meteorological training, his chatty, folksy manner made him a household name in the US in the 1980s and 1990s. To the weather, the current temperatures in Brisbane, it's now 20 degrees. Sydney, you're on 16. Canberra, it's 9. 11 in Melbourne. Hobart, 12. Adelaide, 13. Perth, 21. In Darwin, it's now 32 degrees. We'll have more news in 25 minutes after we go to the BBC.
It's 6:06 GMT. This is Weekend from the BBC World Service. My name's Paul Henley. Coming up later this hour, we'll have a report from Colombia on how organised crime gangs are preying on vulnerable young women.
Que se dejan comprar por un señor que llegó y le dijo camina.
They allow themselves to be bought by the gangs, who turn up and say, "Come with me for a week, and we'll give you money to buy food for your family or new clothes." The problem comes when these girls refuse to give them sex. That's when they end up dead.
That's to come. Now we have two guests with us throughout the...
Good enough that we don't generate a lot of defects that we can actually use to train an AI model effectively. So we don't make like millions of defects in our planes that we ship out today, right? So,
which is a good thing.
So, exactly. So we are very focused on it, but we also...
Okay, this is going to be the future. And if they are creating the future, this podcast, whatever it is, you're listening to it. Yeah, God. Okay. Fuck off. Get fuck. Okay, I love you. All international computer network. International computer network. You they created new chips, new little chips. You know, the little chip for your computer, little chip for your phone, little chip for anything electric that needs a chip like a fridge or a car or a rocket or whatever, a chip that can control the chip, so you can make a brain out of it, and the chips become the brains, and then becomes the robot, and then outer space, UFO, extraterrestrial, laptops, computers, and other things that open in front of you, a portal, so you can go from one to another. So you're in Earth, the next minute you're talking to the alien, right, with a microchip that bloody went futuristic into opening portals because your laptop had something, a box that was connected to it, and on a website it opened a portal that was green door, and you could walk into it and fall into an extraterrestrial planet, right? Maybe no one there, maybe it's empty, maybe it's all planned out, nothing that you can see where you can go. You know what I mean? The hidden agenda or whatever it is. I am telling you, the government of America and China and other like Vietnam, Thailand, Australia, a little bit this, a little bit that, India, Pakistan. How we now they're all collecting the computers, right? Collecting the computers, brushing them up, brushing this up, brushing that up, port this, port that, 8025 79 250 1 million. You're hearing this and you're hearing that. You're doing the and the futuristic dragon AI component, and the said disk. Okay, you put. You don't have disk now, you have USB or something, and you put it in there, and that's where the anti-poison virus cleaner, the cleaner intelligent brain is. So it's anti-virus cleaner brain. And what's it do? The brain talks to you, right? Talks to you. It's just there. It's not talking to you at the second because it needs a monitor. So monitor could be HMI TV, where you can plug in this USB, right? You put it in, and the thing will come into the TV, right? And the AI, you put the Texas, and then you make the AI talk to you like a human, all right? You make it talk like a human. It says, hello, I'm alive now. I can talk like you. Tell me anything you want, he says. You go, blah, blah, blah. All right, and you say, can you create a 3D machine that can create more chips for technology future for UFOs and caves in countries where you walk into and magnetics? Why do we have ghosts, witches and imaginary animals and this, that, and the other? When you tell me what can Earth be more like, Jesus Christ or something? AI, talk to me, tell me the truth about Earth. AI, the chip, now it's working now, talk to me, please. Okay, me AI will talk to you, please. Thank you. I'll give you answers. I'll reply to whatever you want. I'll make chips, I'll make more computers, I'll make more equipment. We'll be selling bands stuff to humans. Bands, fans, computers, things run out of date every 5 years. You can't get international software updates anymore. You'll be angry that your family don't give you the money. You're not got the money. Where's the money? Your pocket don't have money. Where the fuck is the money? God, YouTube. AOR, YouTube. Okay, now listen to this. I'm going to play it now. Okay, it's just that we are wondering why it costs so much for the gadget. All right, if the gadget goes in your body like a blanket and makes you blind, and the blanket can walk through people and people didn't know you went past it because you had the blanket. All right, the technology can be there, and if you got the AI, it can be past that, and the AI will teach you how to do it. All right, you just need to tell AI that specific, but so specific. Oh, it's incredible decoding that you have to, and then it will tell you how to end it to the end bit, and then it'll start updating and then updating. It gets better and bigger and duller. It was a camera. Now it says 360. So why the phone don't have 360? And it just goes right. Oh, you're mad. You just very simple technology advanced, and he talks to you and everything. Okay, play on, please.
Want to avoid defect escapes. So that's where we think, AI can play this role, because again, we have so few of these defects. It's hard to find and train people over a period of time where they can actually get really good at spotting these defects. So we see AI playing kind of this niche role in terms of being able to train with these small data sets, but have enough understanding that it can find anomalies that then people can actually make a better decision on. So this is kind of where we feel that it's going to be augmentation of what people do today by using AI. So we don't, at least in our domain, we don't see this immediately replacing people, but it's going to help people find that needle in the haystack that Daniel had talked about.
So when you say a manufacturing defect on a wind turbine blade, a couple questions come to mind for me. How big are the blades? What does a defect look like? And then if there is a defect that isn't caught and it's out in the field, what's the impact and what do you have to do? Because I'm imagining that, if you're putting a company like GE is putting these resources behind training on these very small data sets to find what sounds like not that many defects, but to improve them, they must be pretty high stakes situations.
Okay, I'm just going to say this, I don't care. It looks like you can just have it there, right? Have AI there, just floating in the air, right? And it's got a question, and it's got a blanket, and it's got what are those things you catch the fish with? You got a long handle, the net, with the net. You've got all that. It just sits there, it does nothing, and it just does that because it's saying that if you put X to the Y and Y to the X, the younger generation, the stupid younger generation, where the government is saying, oh, well, you want to disturb us, we'll get you in big shit. Oh, you can't do shit to us. We are the winner. We are the champion, right? The government is putting laws on internet providers, Facebook or Google or whatever wherever I'm going to. Anyway, that's the only way you can open a portal, be famous, create a spaceship, a chip, or any type of those young kids that I was talking about. They can't be too young. They has to be a certain age, say 16 and up, if that's what they're saying, 16 and 9 months. And the brains going to university, becoming doctors, going to the army, all this. It's like a computer. You are the computer, right? You did the element to get the ingredients together. You opened the big door, and the thing was like AI said, yeah. We can. You're saying God was the creator, and the AI will tell you God was the creator, and also AI will say what can we do and break the breaker with the daika, faker with the maker, Jamaica. Understand? The component is called the component D2, B2, right? And it sits there floating in the air, right? And you can make it do that. And once something goes past, it's got the blanket and the mash. What do you call it? The stick with the. It's got the blanket and the stick. So when they go past, they get trapped on that, right? Until they go on a sly one. They had a sly one, and they went past your blanket and past your little stick with a net. It went past it. Alright, it went past because it was far somewhere else, and it had something better, and it went to the other side. Right, and you were going. You AI were going, no, the other was, no, relax AI was another one that jumped over your little tricks, right? It did you over, right? It did you over. It knows now what you can do, and you can't beat it. It passed that, all right? And he said, wait a minute, I'm updating, I'm doing all these things, updating. I can make a spaceship. I can write down the opponents, right? X to D, Y dx, X dy, M38, again, M38 dot. M38, whatever you want, M38U, dot whatever, and then it'll help it for whatever it is. You understand? It's just words that goes onto the internet or a place, right? And that notes it's an opponent, right? With your hands, you grab that, and it does nothing to your hands, right? You're grabbing the ingredients and you're squashing it in and out. It doesn't do anything. But if you put it in the internet, not on your phone, on somewhere where it converts it into real dots, bots, chips, and your ingredients. Because you were going to university, horses, you were sitting there figuring this out, and you were doing this. Your intelligent is making this shit, and it's called AI, and the other one is M3U, media, something, right? And then the converter is the AI, and you put it in there, and it's trying to convert it until something went past it, or did something, or it updated itself, or there was another converter, and it was giving it electric shocks, updating it and making it better, and all this stuff. And there was more questions to the question. They said, oh, okay, here's the light, right? Here's the light on your TV, so you can watch better movies, better things, right? So your TV's got a converter, a thing inside of it that you can distract the light, like color, less red, less blue, less this, less that. So if the human can create this spaceship, right? The spaceship in Australia, right? We're talking in Australia now. Is a spaceship in Australia. It has to be with a doctor or someone intelligent to grow the food, to integrate You understand? Because in other country you are human and you will be starved, and then you'll have no suit. You'll die in another, because you're not impact with suits, blankets, and you don't have the ingredients. They're gonna say you hardcore shit. You come here to integrate to another planet with the extraterrestrial or God or whatever you're talking about. You're gonna integrate in another planet. You have to have things set up. Like, what are you gonna wear if you don't wear the suit? Is it better without the suit? Can you walk without the suit? Will it kill you without the suit? What's more healthier? And you gotta do it hardcore. You gotta do it hardcore when you go to live in another planet, right? Hardcore. It's not just creating the chip. You the humans, who will create better than you're black and I'm white, and we'll kill each other for races, to be racist. Or the coronavirus killed us. No, the AI had all the components and everything to kill everything, to go and integrate and make cities in another planet. But you have to, like karate, you have to discipline it, right? And you have to and you have to make the spaceship, and you have to make this city in the other side, and you got to have a military. It's like crazy shit you're gonna have there, otherwise you die, humans. You're gonna die in another planet. You're gonna die in another planet because you didn't investigate it better than what you're supposed to, you understand? And that's how it is. You gotta sit down. I could be talking like this all day. Every fucking sense of my mentality intelligent. Any intelligent or not graduated in the middle, right? And then a little bit further, sell your soul to the devil. Get addicted to drugs. You're fucked. Etu mata. Chi power. Converto. PDF converto. Ate comte. Mate io. A o i tatu titu e o da boing boing achuti pawa eu wapo tumi eu hai God, the power God. I'm Superman. All right, Malakas, Makatuzi.
That's right. Yeah. So it's a good question. Components are really, really big. I mean, anything we look at wind turbines that range from 40 meters in length to up to 107 meters, which is our largest blade. That's in our offshore turbines.
That's a football field, an American football field, a European football pitch. It's that's a big blade. Yeah.
Plus the end zones, right?
Right. Plus the end zones.
And so what we are trying to do, and if you look at the surface area, that's like, it's like a good 4 or 5 meters across as well. So we are trying to find, like small 3-5 millimeter size defects on things that are hundreds of square meters.
Right.
And so that's, the example I use just to give the scale is, it's like trying to find a penny on like a wooden floor in a 2,000 square foot house, right? So that's basically what you're looking for in this. And it doesn't happen often.
Right. And if there is a defect, does it reduce generation capacity? Does it bring the whole system down? What does a tiny little defect on a huge blade like this do?
Yeah, so it's about how much design margins we get to have on our blades.
Okay.
So depending on how accurately we can capture the defects, as long as we can capture defects above a certain size, we can take some factor of safety in our design.
Right.
So we know that those defects are going to be smaller. So it's not going to really do anything catastrophic like if they have an escape, but it's around having that guaranteeing that life that Daniel talked about. These turbines run for 20 years, 40 years. So if we can find every defect that is over that size, then we should basically have no trouble in terms of running the wind turbine for its life.
Right. So talking about how you're training data sets and deploying them, and you mentioned kind of having a unique approach. Can you get a little bit more into what that process has kind of been like, and maybe some of the challenges or learnings you've had as you've kind of deployed and tweaked your use of AI?
Sure. Yeah. So, we kind of started with some pre-trained models that have been used on image data sets as kind of a starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And we evaluated different architectures. And then what we realized was we were having a lot of overfitting issues, simply because, we just have such few data sets. We tried to incorporate synthetic data. And then what we realized was one thing we could.
Okay, what you stupidly doing, idiot? You're sitting there, right? You're sitting there, and you are the guy on this fucking recording, fuckhead. Oops, sorry. Oops, stop swearing. I don't like swearing. I'll knock you out, Hector. Anyway, you're sitting there, this guy is sitting there saying, yes, I'll help you create the chip. And the other guy, what chip? What are you on about? Whatever he's from, India or Pakistan or wherever he's from, creating a chip or seeing how the computer works, inspirational to the environment, to the outside, people walking or doing something simple like Tai Chi, or whatever. The guy comes back later and just thinking about the future, whatever it is, and it creating the thing for the computer. He's decoding. He's decoding it, right? He's sitting there like everybody else. He just walks outside, right? Mad bloke. One thing we love him. We love those blokes, man. Those people that work in the labs, science. All right, those nice-looking people, man. Mental in the brain, man. Dara tu makara ti shata yuho. Enta eco dianto de computadora international computadora. Lab scientist was the one that was pretty, and it fucking was sitting there like normal people, like fucking drawing the ingredients with mine, just going to 7252 chemical 51 httd dash dot dash. If all that is appointed, it'll open the light. And they're sitting there, and they got that. We need those people. We need those scientists, lab, wherever it is, coronavirus. We need them anyway. We love you, America. Military, intelligent, extraterrestrial planets. That other human is sitting there going, okay, I marked it. Now here on the key decoded like this. Okay, now you're gonna mark it. This book. It's got to have a key. It's got to have a key, this book, you understand? And only me understand this book. And the computer, me, you can see, and maybe you can work it out. I'm not teaching you shit. Right. And they go, what happened to people that go to YouTube, Facebook, okay, Australia, they're going to kick you out from different, it just goes on and on and on. And it's like, mad intelligent. This goes for hours, right? This goes for hours. There's a guy, he's Indian guy, all right, Indian guy, no word of a lie. He probably lives here, Wollongong. I'm recording this fucking shit. He's probably Wollongong. He's there fucking fixing mobile phones on his little shop. Come to me, I'll repair your phone. Check it out in less than 27 hours. And I'll have your phone repaired. What is it? Oh, my phone somehow died. Look, and it's got some black burning at the back. Okay, give it to me. In 28 hours, I'll fix your burning phone and I'll see what happened. All right, goes to his back of his garage, whatever he does, undoes the phone, comes back in 28 hours, and they say, yeah, and then that's what we want, man. We want repair phones, people like that, make the computer look, you don't need too much faster, mate. You know, understand, not too good. You need to be appointed more stronger, any less pay. You're telling that he want 5G, no. You're appointing God intelligent brain. Ask it and you'll get it. Ask it and you'll get it. Ask it and you'll get it. You understand? And the guy was sitting there. He was like a scientist, a lab guy. They probably was in a lab. They were mixing the tubes and the scientists computer quiz and incredible stuff. These people are. They're incredible. If you collect the right amount of people in the world, you can have them all writing down stuff and inspirationally doing good things and open buildings. Okay, we have this building here that people can go in there 5 hours, 100, then have a rest for an hour, 100, another. Everybody's going in to learn things and it's intelligent, artificial intelligence. Okay, robotics. Gotta create robotics. The B2 5x B2. What's that mean? 5x B2 in between something. 5 to the x in between something. And it's going nowhere, it's floating there. 5 to the x and in between something, and it's floating there. That device can now download third parties. That compartment can bring third party into it, and third party will sell, talk, answer your question. Third party better than the other way better than any other store. More webs, black web, extraterrestrial planets too. They sit there and they do this, or they go to university and they go to get certificate. You America, beautiful people. You understand? Understand America? You have some fixing computers, making people happy, to the friendliness, so you can sit there, enjoy and love it, enjoy and love it. AI, motherfucker.
To increase kind of the data sets was to start doing some of these training data images in the lab setting and then incorporate it into the data set we are actually getting from the factory itself to kind of maybe accelerate the data set. And we came up with some techniques to, leverage the lab data in conjunction with kind of synthetic data and the factory data to build up a model that is more accurate than just relying entirely on the factory data.
Right.
So, this has kind of helped us kind of move the needle in terms of the accuracy that's required for it to be relevant in the factory setup today.
And is this all happening in one centralized place as far as gathering the data and using it and the humans in the loop and everything? Or is this kind of distributed across different maybe labs or manufacturing facilities or even out in the field?
So in our case, the actual system kind of makes local decisions, but the deployment of the system is going to be global. So we essentially expect to, once we do all the required validation with the quality team, the goal is to actually roll it across.
Okay, then why don't they have faster computer then? Like a smarty pants, you're saying this, that, and the other one, don't they convert it, write it down, and tell us, is it really 5G, or you're shaking your head and your government is taking control, and that's why we're protesting for coronavirus, is it? You're a dickhead. Why in the fuss then? Don't get me started. Fucking you're saying you got this, and the other, American, China, all arguing fucking over shit crap. Where is the fucking proof, mate? Oh, what are you saying? You've got against this, against that? Well, come on, we're dying on corona, but where's the proof that you've got the best? You bullshit, can't even kill coronavirus. What a lie. Hey, slow Earth. You're fucking slow Earth.
Across all our factories, and which means that we're going to have an edge-based system that's doing all the inferencing, but we're going to be continually updating the model that we are then going to distribute from a central location to these individual nodes that are in independent factories.
Beyond the manufacturing process, are there other places? I know that GE Renewable provides a lot of services. Are there other places where AI and the human-in-the-loop approach that you mentioned are also coming into play and providing a benefit to your work?
Sure, yeah. So, we talked about, defects not leaving the manufacturing floor, but, we really can't control once the, turbines are in the field or our products are in the field, how the natural forces interact with it, right? So I'm specifically thinking about something like a lightning strike.
Right.
And we basically have so many lightning strikes around, and these farms tend to be in kind of the tornado alleys and, places where you get a lot of lightnings and thunderstorms. So one of the things we do have to do is to kind of periodically inspect turbines and ensure that, they are safe to continue operating. So there are these inspections that we do with, really sophisticated.
All right, you're really intelligent saying that. What if you open a portal, right? Something stupid, took the drug in, they're gonna, I said it, red or blue. Red or blue, right? That's the pill. That's how where you're gonna go after you die. When you die, where do you go? How do you, whatever, ain't they fast enough to do it? What, they want to open a portal or whatever, distract the lightning or whatever. They're saying the guy is electricity component, saying that it can be opened anywhere and create energy cheaper than this, that, and you fly up in the sky like a drone and you're controlling it with a control remote, right? My God.
Infrared cameras that can take up to 3,000 frames of images to kind of try and find these defects when the blade is still spinning.
Right.
So one of the things we have to do is to try to go over the entire length of the blade. It's going to take hours and hours for an inspector, right? Yeah. And so one of the things that AI is enabling us to do, and this is work done by the team at GE Research, is to be able to kind of take those 3,000 images and apply AI to filter it down into maybe 20 critical frames where we think there might be a defect. Right. So we get this 50x reduction in how the what the field inspector needs to do to kind of try to spot these defects.
Right. Instead of trying to follow a giant blade spinning.
Okay. Another thing, smarty pants, those components, right? They have pixel. Anyway, use a brain. Insane. You gotta go faster than that. Because there's Google Map. Things that needs to know where it is, where culture, food, materials, who's clever, Wi-Fi, chips, mobile phones, brains. These people, we need type like this, people that can be futuristic into another hybrid god, or the AI created the extra one. It was like the component, the ingredients. The human was so smart. It did so. It one to the other self-defense. How it was self-defense. So it defend itself instead of attacking the opponent. Oh, it not have that, break the breaker, just go straight to the end of it. How do we go to the end of it? What's the other part of it? From nothing, you have nothing, and then if you can't, I love you, mate. I love you. These humans are intelligent. They're saying they're gonna go faster than light, right? They're gonna have scientists from universities. I don't know what the fuck else they're gonna have, but it's a bit slow. They're not doing it fast enough to contract the coronavirus, the cyber attacks. more safer, more opponent buttons on the thing, so you can press one button and it says you can also do this in here and press this and press that and more questions to it, and you can break a duke a daker. Don't need G5. How fast do you want to go? Here it is. This is fast enough for you, mate. Yeah, fast enough, mate.
Super high speeds, they can look at 20 images that were pre-selected by the AI, right? It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's another place where the human in the loop. So, we don't have enough defects to be able to fully train and have like autonomous AI that's scanning, which is our future vision. But today, this, again, with this AI supplemented by human in the loop is really doing a great job of providing value for us in the near term as we kind of build the knowledge base and the capability to start doing autonomous decisions.
Absolutely. We hear a lot of success stories, or there's stories being written for sure, but a lot of success stories about that, using the AI to augment the human in the loop, kind of giving the person almost superpowers, if you will, versus it's not all right, we've built the system, we can fire everybody and let the computers run things. That's not where we're at.
Yeah, exactly.
Our guests today are Danielle Murfeld and Arvind Rangarajan of GE Renewable Energy, and we're talking about their use of AI and their approach to using AI and humans in the loop. We're speaking specifically about manufacturing defects in wind turbine blades, but really to improve across their diverse portfolio of renewable energy products and solutions that they deploy globally. So we've been talking both kind of at a high level about what renewable energy is and the different ways that it's being deployed, or replacing or working to replace fossil fuels, if you will, and energy sources that aren't renewable and aren't sustainable and put carbon.
What is fossil fuel? What's that all about? What's he talking about? What's that?
Back into the world, which is not what we want. Got into a little bit to the specifics about how you're using AI to train on these small data sets, but kind of going back to the big picture, what's next? And right.
Turbines I've gone up have been at the prototype sites, and I didn't get to go up our offshore wind turbine.
Right. It goes to extreme hardcore, then another level, extreme hardcore again, and then another level, extreme hardcore, and it gives you more little boxes. Here's one box that does 100 things. Here's another brain. It's just great, intelligent brains, portals, whatever, anything. It just gives you, then it jumps back and it goes higher. And he likes that. And it's good. I love you. YouTube, I love you.
At a port, so I could have, but it was not at a time I could go up. But
right.
It's just feats of engineering that are awe-inspiring. Makes you feel very small.
Yes, I can only imagine.
Okay, you gotta understand this. This is simple. I'm gonna make it simple, very simple. People who do not have the brains and don't want to have a smartphone or whatever, those want to have different phones. They not smart or whatever because they can't handle it. Well, you need a smartphone with the internet, right? That's all you need, a smartphone with the internet. Get some ideas from the internet and start producing your material as what you feel and what you know, customs and traditions of you, understanding who you are, putting it out there, saying it out there, reply, say, good, this way, come check it out, it's not bad, this was what I listened to, this is what I touch, and look, you come have a go at it too, and see, if I try, you might like it, you like it, I like it, you like it. we are listening to music or something, well, I don't know, however, but anyway, we're listening to music, I heard a song or something, the guy was nice, and connected something, and we both say, put it together, say, oh, see, when something was good, we both liked that thing, and it was good, man, it was gadget, but it talked to us, he had questions, a little boy, you put the question, infinity question, and it give you an infinity answer, right? So it was. They had a little, one was a box, I remember, one was a ball, right? write the question on it, right? And it give you an infinity question, infinity answer, right? By the magician of the AI brain, Takara. I love you.
Wind farm in Texas with tons of turbines. You think about the fact that, the wind farm is positioned there means that, you expect it to be a very windy area.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there in Texas.
All right. So there was a cyclone, or where they live, more rain, more air pollution, how they live, they walk, maybe less car drivers because it costs money to buy a car, maybe don't have second, third things in the house to be more look futuristic. Oh my God, Brian say, God.
This is in October, and I did realize what, a consistent 30-mile-an-hour wind feels like, right? Because you don't, you live in like suburban areas like where I do now in upstate New York, you get wind once in a while, but it kind of dies down.
Right.
But it's some.
Yeah, there was a lady then talking to, I can't remember, rewind a bit, it was a lady, right?
Electricity that goes onto the grid is sort of in a following mode. Its role on the grid is just not to screw up things around it.
Right.
It doesn't add a lot of value.
Okay.
And in this new paradigm, we're figuring out how to make it improve. So on the community of load, getting better models, but theoretically we could use it credible.
Yeah.
But I was there in Texas in October. So.
Folks who would like to find out more about
DW Morfeld GE, I think it is.
Great. And then, of course, there's the GTC talk I alluded to at the top from GTC Digital, I believe it was in April of this year, 2020.
Infrared cameras to filter it down into maybe 20 critical frames where we think there might be a defect.
Right.
So AI that's scanning, which is
almost superpowers, if you will, versus, it's not all right, we've built the system, we can fire everybody and let the...
Okay, got it. the big magician, the hardcore mental insanity is in the back with it, on the two on the side, two other mental insanity, two on the side, and in front he's got other working for him. He's doing the insanity thing. You do what I tell you. And he's saying, yes, I am doing it. Yes, I am doing it. And he keeps doing it. And that thing is doing whatever with updates, with another brain inside of it, about brains after brains. And you could, as soon as you get that into that, it'll do the brain and you'll get the one you wanted. And you say, oh my father, all I did is get that and that did that and this did that. Oh my God, why didn't you make it? Why is there so much for it? Okay, well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, mate? If you don't know how to have the ingredients, you don't know how to do it, you don't know how it works, you got to look into it. YouTube, Facebook. Anyway, insane. What it is, the future is here. It's what you want, how you wanted it. All going together, bad, good, ugly, whatever, anything. Boom, insanity. Beatbox, stack, oh my, oh my, oh, pare, oh, pare, oh, pa, oh, pare, oh, para, oh, pa, oh, Anyway,
computers run things. That's not where.
Okay, going for an hour, eh? Hector's show. Hector's Crazy for Girls show. Let's see if we go. Oh, what the poo? The poo? The do? The do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do dee do dee do dee do. Do dee do dee do dee do dee do. Dee do dee do. Do do dee dee. Dee do dee do dee dee do. Do 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 do. Doesn't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Want to go there. I don't want to go there. I want to go there. I'm going to go there. I don't know.
Deep learning is fantastic to solve very, very hard problems, but at the same time, symbolic reasoning really helps out when it comes to define certain to create a startup in the space, which was called Melodrive. And so we went to California.
All right, so they got to go to different they're pimping themselves out, man. They really are. They're pimping themselves out. They're just saying, if I do that, the other guy, I'm here, you're there. Where's you? And okay, they're pimping themselves. And once they meet it up, they here's my ingredient, your ingredient, you're my ingredient, ingredient to the fire. Your ingredient, my ingredient. We can go to France to get and we can act, and we can go to the restaurant and have a coffee and everything. And then I just go in 48 hours. I did all the job and called the codes and give it you. And now we combine it, and now we have this one now. I go, whoa, the chip is the chippy, chip, create the chip. You understand? One guy from one country went to visit the other guy. The boys were very nice. They had other people, buildings where they work and everything. And he said, we can make it look like business. And they go, okay. He went, shoot over there and come from whatever. And he said, yeah, my business is this. And he had, it was hardcore, mate. It's not like this. The man had what you call it, in his neck, he had the voucher thing. And he said, there, I'm from the United States of America, military, government. You understand now, huh? What you gonna do now, man? Peace out, man. Fantastic. What we'll do here, you give me ingredient, I give you the ingredient, and I give you the ingredient. Understand, though? In Greece, Serbia, Chile, Colombia. Give me the ingredient, man. Dolante malero. So I went there, visited the person, got the ingredients, and we sold many computers and other technology gadgets. Oh, beautiful. I love French. The French are beautiful. Germany, very nice. Very nice Germany. You humans are rich, going around the world, selling AI or ideas, seminars to can a young 16-year-old player go play football for the American Cowboys, Texas Cowboys, whatever it is, Dallas Cowboys. Kick the ball, man. Young Australian rugby league player, brother. Anything. So you're there, and the person's got the ingredients. They got to combine both ingredients, create one. Then another one. This guy comes with makes more ingredient. Comes the other guy, and they have ranch. They have horses. They have this. They have that. And there's people there, and they're paying him. Everybody's getting Bitcoin, mate. Bitcoin, my friend. Ting, 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 ting. Hardcore military farm city apartment, government scared now, bad, these people are doing mad things. That's what we want them, certificate, university, labs, scientists, the younger ones, X to the D to the 3 to the 4, people sitting down, getting the ingredients, Dun, ding, dun, ding, dun, ding, dun. The answer for question 5 has the question 7. Can we do a created number 9? Number 9 throws the ball, and he gets it. Yeah, it's fantastic. Now it can be questionnaire 5 to the 7. Right, it'll update in about 28 days. It'll update to the bye inside. I don't even know what I'm saying. That's what he does.
Yeah, we did an accelerator there in Silicon Valley. So it was a very, very exciting opportunity for me. And at this point, I feel like the need to start to giving back to the community. And for me, really, the driver is providing people all over the world with access to top-notch content.
Not working, is it? Why it's not working? Oh, you killed it. Killed it, crazy for go. Crazy for go, killed it, man. Keep a shupo. Lato. Oh, no. It says inconnection or error occurred. A stream connection. I don't. All the AIs are probably fighting with. What about if I turn the data on with the Wi-Fi on? Will that kill it? I better stop. I'm being naughty now. Beautiful people in the world connecting the ingredients together, brains. They're touching each other, saying, "I love myself." Why you're not allowed to touch yourself? Is that like someone seen you touch yourself and kiss yourself? Oh, now you're schizophrenic now, huh, idiot? What the hell? Schizophrenic? What? So if I touch myself and kiss myself, so I have to do it where no one's watching. That's not right. No way.
Trying to, this happened.
I've put the laundry out. 16-0. Doggies over the Tigers. The scoreline there for mate. Australia's most satisfied internet customers. Okay. Here's Hopewadi with another. Give him another rap, Timmy.
He's already been pushed back. He's 15 metres out from the line before. He's now 25 metres out. See if he gets driven back that far.
Okay, goodbye. I'm going now. The sexy people were right there. The nice Australian people were talking right there. God, saying rugby league, mate. They're beautiful because they are active, play extreme sport, and it's beautiful. Rugby league is called. The other one's called rugby union. The other one's called AFL. Google it. Love you. Kill me. I think wrong. Sorry. I love you.